Okay, Eagles, our final example for today, Monday, March 30th. This is our lesson, is a word problem. On a recent trip to the convenience store, you picked up 1 gallon of milk, 7 bottles of water, and 4 snack bags of chips. Your total bill before tax was $17. If a bottle of water costs twice as much as a bag of chips, and a gallon of milk costs $2 more than a bottle of water, how much does each item cost? I want you to define your variables. I want you to write the systems of equations. And then I want you to solve the system. Use matrices. I'm not asking you to do all the algebra. So let's get started. So in this example, I have 3 things. I have milk, and I have water, and I have chips. So what I decided is, and in order to define variables, and when you define a variable for me, remember, I want it defined clearly, okay? So what do I mean by clearly? Well, what do they add? The way you determine that is you read the problem. And it says, how much does each item cost? So we're defining the milk cost. So I'm going to let X equal the milk. And I'm just going to say cost. Milk cost per gallon, whatever. Cost per gallon. Okay? Y is going to be the cost, if you will, of each bottle. Okay, because I want to know how much a bottle of water costs. And Z is going to be chips. Cost, bag of chips. All right. Now, when solving word problems in systems, like in systems of 2, I'm always teaching you, you're going to have a quantity. You're always looking for an equation that, is a quantity equation. What do I mean by quantity? It's going to tell you how many of each you bought. And from that, you can deduce the total quantity in one group. And there's also what I call it the quality equation. Okay, the quality. What I mean by quality equation is you're going to have an equation that gives you a value. Okay, this one's usually going to involve money, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. And this doesn't necessarily mean that they're always going to be there, but you're always looking. These 2 I'm always looking for first. And then, especially in systems of 3, we're going to look for a comparison equation because it's going to compare things, okay? Now, it could be more than one comparison. We're going to find out right now. So let's go back and read our problem. And it says, you went to the store and you picked up 1 gallon of milk, and you picked up 7 bottles of water and 4 snack bags of chips. So we've got 3 numbers that are important. So X represents milk. We got 1 gallon of milk plus 7 bottles of water plus 4 bags of chips. And it tells us that we spent $17 in the problem. Okay, is there a quality equation? Well, that's kind of the quantity and quality together right there. So now what does it give us to work with? In the problem, it says, if a bottle of water costs twice as much as a bag of chips, that is super important right there. That guy right there. It's telling us that the bottle of water is twice as much as the bag of chips. Well, what does that mean? Well, if I use the variables, Y equals a bottle of water. So if the bottle of water is $2, $3, $4, whatever, say it's $5, then the bag of chips is $2.50. If I want to make an equation out of that, I need to say 2Z. Because if this is half as much as that, it takes 2 of them to equal one of these. Okay, cool. So let's subtract 2z here and subtract 2z here. When we do, we get on the left y minus 2z, okay, equals 0 because 2z take away. Look, we have our second equation. Y minus 2z equals 0. So that's all I'm doing now is I'm taking my knowns and I'm using what they've given me to figure out the rest. Next it says a gallon of milk costs $2 more than a bottle of water. $2 more than a bottle of water. Ha. Okay. Well, milk is X. If I know X, then what it says is this is $2 more than water. So if water is $4, this is going to be $6. Well, how do I write that? Y plus 2. Yeah? Okay. Now, we want our equations to be in standard form, so I need to move that y over. So I'm going to minus y and minus y. By the way, I didn't say it, but that's why I moved the 2z over. I don't want 2z over here. I want it to look like this. This is standard form, okay? Standard form. And in standard form, it's x, y, z solution. Now, I get x minus y equal 2. Guess what we have? E3. So this is E1, this is E2, and this is going to be E3. And E3 is going to be x minus y equals 0. And that is our system. So guess what we're going to do? It's what we've been, equals 2. I know I made a mistake. I can't give you candy here. I'm at home. You're at home. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 7, 4, 17. 0, because there's nothing here. 1, negative 2, 0. 1, minus 1, 0, and 2. There's our augmented matrix. And it's going to give us our solutions matrix, which is going to be 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. And then we're going to put it in our calculator, and we're going to find out the cost of milk, the cost of water, and the cost of a bag of chips. Okay, so as normal, as usual, I'm a little ahead of you. So I'm going to go second math, edit, down to my 3x4 and put it in. Remember that you want to make sure that this matrix matches this matrix before you hit RREF. I have done so, and I do second entry, and there's my RREFB, and it tells me that milk happens to be $3.50. Water happens to be $1.50, and chips are only 75 cents. Okay? So your homework number 1 for the week is homework number 18 on Math Excel, solving systems of 3. Before I conclude, I'm just going to tell you, please read the distance learning expectations that I have posted on my daily slides. Everything you will need is on my daily slides. Our Google Hangout meets will be posted. They're already posted for the rest of the year. If you need additional help, email me, hit me up on Remind, because I'm asking you to sign up for Remind Pre-Calcers. I don't have all of you in Remind. I only have a couple names in there. So go to my distance learning handout, read it, sign up for Remind, come see me at on Thursday for Hangouts. Miss you all. Let's get through this. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.